Hello farmers, welcome back to No Man's Land. We have reached the month of April, and today you can see we're already going to be selling our tomatoes first thing. The price is actually pretty good down at the supermarket, so that's where we're going to head on down. I think it's like $5.23 per 1,000. So hopefully this will be able to fund our leasing costs for the fertilizer spreader that we need to use today because our oat field is grown. Our grass field is grown as well, but not enough to cut the grass today, but we will fertilize both fields and get those up to near 100%. Especially the grass field, that's going to be kind of key because we do know we get about 243,000 liters of grass if we kind of maintain the field the way we've been doing so. And I think since we don't have that much to do today because the grass field, like I said, is not ready to be cut. I thought it was going to be ready, but it's nowhere near ready. We'll probably go down and pick up the rocks in the field that we picked them up in yesterday. The nice little pile down there. We'll bring them on back and put them into our rock crusher to make some lime. Well, we're not going to turn it on, but that's where we're going to put it, inside our rock crusher. So maybe in the fall, we'll have a whole bunch of rocks to crush. Yeah, that's good. Hit the trailer. That's always good. I went on down to the store already. Oh, actually, I did that at the end of yesterday, so the afternoon of the month of March. Went on down and got the fertilizing bags and our seed bags, because I didn't want them sitting down at the store. So I brought them back, and I kind of arranged the shed a little bit. I got our plow in there. The lime is way in the back because I'm not going to need that until probably the fall. And you can see our fertilizer and seed bags are kind of in front of the tanker. Yeah, I'm kind of, when I put down the greenhouse and I got the tanker, I thought I was going to have to refill that more often than I have been. And it's like every 4 or 5 months, really, before I have to go and fill that up with some water. Can we scoot on out of there, please? Thank you. Gently. Don't want to tip anything over. So the only two production buildings we got going, if you want to call the greenhouse a production building, but we got the greenhouse up and going, and of course we got half a seat is rolling along very nicely. I think we got like over 60 pallets of furniture waiting to be sold. Not today. The price is starting to go back up, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wait on that until, like I said, probably June/July is when the best price is going to be. As for the store, the used vehicle department, yesterday, nothing. Today, we got some stuff in there, but nothing of interest for us. If I can get on out, I want to make sure I strap all these in before we get going here. Let's see, do I need the front end loader for anything? No, not currently. I don't. The reason why I want to do so, because if I'm going on down to the supermarket, I think I can put the fertilizer spreader on the front. So just make my trips count. So we'll go ahead and drop this off here. Like so. So it's not going to be a busy day here on the farm, just getting some things tidied up. Like the fertilizing the fields is not going to take too long to do either. And go on down, pick up the rocks, and that's going to be pretty much it. Attach that and that. So if we go into the store page, oh yeah, I was looking at everything that I could possibly sell today. Tomatoes, $5.31 down to the supermarket. The furniture is starting to look good, but we want to see up around $2,100. Better off at $2,200. And since we're here and we're out of the vehicle, let's go into the store page. So this will be a slurry spreader, I do believe. Yes, this is a subsoiler/plow. And, of course, we got the loading wagon that we currently have at half off. Of course it is. It always is after you buy it. But we need to go in here, and we're going to go to fertilizer spreaders. And the cheapest one you got is right here. Let's go ahead and lease it for $12.75. Yes. Yes. And that should be down at the store now waiting for us. So let's cruise on down to the supermarket. We'll sell... these are what? Are they 500 liters a piece? I forgot how many... You know what? You're on the tractor. It tells you 6,000 liters worth. All right. I always want to get out and do the math. It's like you can just look at the bottom right-hand corner and it tells you right in the trailer what the total is. But we'll go ahead and sell these. Like I said, this should be definitely cover the cost of the fertilizer spreader. We already got fertilizer. The question is, do I have enough fertilizer to get this field over here to our left done and the grass field to our right done? If not, we'll just have to go down and buy some more because fertilizing the fields definitely is worth it. Especially when, like we know, the grass turned into silage can bring us in if we sell it during the right time of the year, like 40,000. And of course, you know, the oats are going to turn into flour, which turns into bread. One thing I really have noticed about this trailer that I use, stacking them too high, well, I mean too high, I mean 2 levels, it takes the corners pretty well, but when you start stacking it 3 high, if you start taking corners when it's 3 high, it can get a little tipsy here and there, so be careful going around corners. But 2 high does not seem to be a problem. So somewhere around $3 grand we should get for all this. I don't know why the tomatoes take longer to sell than the rest of the product that we make. I mean, it's not that much longer, but you do notice it. At least I do, anyways. And soon, I wonder why it's not selling that back one there. Well, there's 3,000 right there. Must be it wasn't in the trigger. So yeah, almost 3,500 then. As we wait and wait, I think they're unloading them 1 tomato at a time. And any day now, there we go. 265. Oh, that's right, because I keep thinking every pallet's 1,000 liters, and that's not for tomatoes. So not too bad, almost back up to $150,000, because don't forget, every night we really do lose almost $1,000 for production costs, loan payments, or loan interest payments, so on and so forth. I should be able to connect this to the front, I think. Sneak on up a little bit. Of course we can. Hoses. I said hoses. Alright, they connected and they deconnected. There they go. Being a little finicky. And up it goes. You know what, since it's already on the front, I'll probably just leave it right on the front. I never really fertilized from the front before that I can remember. I'm a traditionalist, I guess. I always just like to have it on the back of the tractor, but you know what, it's already on the front. Maybe we'll fill it in the front and fertilize the fields that way. So we should have probably 1,700 liters of fertilizer-ish. I think 1 bag I did take a little bit from the other day when I was seeding, so 1 bag's not completely full. This is what I'm saying about our lovely little shed in here. It's starting to get a little crowded in here. Doesn't seem like through the years we've actually bought this much equipment, but we have, and it's starting to stack on up in here. I hope this is not too much weight for the front end of the tractor. It might be. Let me get the helper HUD up. Just want to make sure that we're at full width, working width. It should take all the bags, I would think. Yep. So we're all set there. Let's go ahead and turn that back off. So now, I got to use this working width on this spreader here, so it's going to be pretty wide. So I'm going to scroll way on out so I can make sure that we can see what exactly area that I need to cover. This is where GPS probably would come in handy, so when I have to kind of ballpark it, if you will. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see where I've been. So hopefully we can figure it out along the way. And let's see, how are we going on the fertilizer? It's not going down as fast as I thought it would for a 42 meter wide spread. It's not really laying it down as much as I thought it would. It's not too bad. Actually, we can zoom in a little bit more. Well, I was kind of hoping I'd be able to see where I've been, but this is, like I said, this is where GPS would come in handy. I could set Frank off on a worker on course play and have him do it. That way we wouldn't miss anything. But that's just me paying a worker that I really shouldn't have to pay for. Something that we could do. I may not get the field fully covered, but it'll be good enough. But at least we're getting it done. I mean, the fertilizer we already had, so $1,200 to lease this for a little bit. Definitely going to pay off. Yeah, so I have to kind of eyeball it. Unless they, I don't think they, so like in 19 with precision farming, if you had the map up, it would tell you where you covered certain things. I wonder if it does that. I don't think it's going to do that in 22. I hardly ever have the map up. Unless I'm trying to locate a section I've never been to before. So I'm hoping within the next episode, not this episode obviously because, well, there's not one for sale, but maybe next episode or the following episode we'll be buying a combine harvester. And that's also after we sell all that lovely furniture that we got. We got lots of furniture to sell. And if we can sell the furniture for the prices that we usually get, we should get like $120,000, maybe $130,000 by the time the time rolls around to sell. So with the money that we got there, yeah, we're getting pretty close up to $300,000. You know, worse, I don't want to say worse comes to worse, but we buy the combine. If we have to, we will lease the header until we can afford one. But getting the combine, that'll take out one huge payment. Learned last season with the Rossa Mash, with the amount of, I think I put about almost 4 hours on it. And so the hourly cost was through the roof. Not too bad when you got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in your farm account, but since we don't have that much. Alright, so now I gotta kind of just wing it here. So can't really see, I think I see where I've been, but I'm not too sure. But we're definitely have to go down and buy more fertilizer, which is fine. And the good thing is, yeah, we're getting this done in the first growth stage, so there is no crop destruction. If you have it turned on, you can turn crop destruction off. So the crop is still young enough that you can kind of drive on over it, and it'll spring back to life. All right, when I get down to the end of the field here, I will have a quick look to see if I'm kind of guessing right on the coverage. I may be overlapping some, or I could be missing just a tiny bit of the edge. Alright, so the only way to know is to go here and here. Let's turn off rolling. Alright, so that isn't that bad. I did miss a little bit of a section here, so I'm kind of guessing roughly right. So if I were to turn on the map, though, yeah, see, it doesn't show on the map. Too bad. I do have it still on. I still have this activated, so but it doesn't show it on the map. With precision farming, it kind of would show you what you were doing. So, like I said, we'll just have to wing it. Might be easier on the grass field. I have no idea. So, I mean, $15,000 to mount GPS on the tractor, I think it is. So, but I mean, in the future, if I do this correctly, then we won't have to worry about it too much. But this year should be a problem because all the crops that we planted in our field will get one stage of fertilization from the chopped straw. And then, of course, when we go to seed it, we'll get the other 50% done. Alright, so what I might do, it's going to kind of suck, but once I get this road done, I may have to go on down to the store and buy fertilizer, and then try to remember where I was. If I get 90% coverage on the field, I think I'll call that good. You know, let me speed up time a little bit as well. Crop's not going to grow on us, but by speeding up the time, maybe something will come up in the store while we're working today. Probably this spreader right here, which I want to buy, but I want to make sure we got the cash for the combine harvester first before we buy anything else. I think I can get one more pass done. I'd like to get the whole field done, but I'm not too sure if I'll be able to. Usually when you get the good sky view, you can kind of see the soil change colors a little bit when you got the fertilization down, but yeah, in 22, it's getting kind of hard to see if I'm doing so or not. And I think the hard part about this is the working width is so wide, it's kind of hard to judge where you kind of bend. Actually, I'd like to get this whole field done. Like I said, I want to get this whole field done if I can. I might be able to. I'm definitely overlapping on my right-hand side, and I think I might be touching the left-hand side as well, so I can get this field done with more and more pass. We'll have a quick look in the PDA here in a second how well I did. And somewhere like right about there. Alright, so right along the border of field 34-24, I need to cover that. Yeah, crows. Get off my feet. Well, actually, it shouldn't matter. The seeds have grown. So they shouldn't be able to get any seeds off of it. Alright, did I cover it now? Alright, so you got to go a little bit further. Actually, might as well try to go all the way down. I think I got to cut at an angle like this. But you're running out of fertilizer, so let's make it count. Alright, so kind of in that general area there. And somewhere like in here. Alright, we're going to call that good enough. So if you're wondering, these other lines are when I cut the grass, before we actually had a grass field. I took the mower and the loading wagon, I just cut grass anywhere. Still not sure why we get a layer of fertilization when we cut the grass, but whatever. Alright, so I think this can hold about 2,000 liters, I do believe. Let me check the store page. What does that hold? Actually hold 3,200 liters. But we'll get 2 big bags. They are expensive, but like I said, it's worth it. And it doesn't matter if I have any left over, that's fine, because we'll just dump it into our shed. And when we plant, whatever we decide to plant next time, we'll have plenty of fertilizer to go along with that. So let's go back on down to the store. We'll grab the rest of the fertilizer. Then we'll go over, jump in, and get that grass field fertilized. And then we'll go down and pick up those rocks from yesterday. Pick those up, bring them on back. I don't want to leave them there. I mean, they can stay there, not hurting anything, but, you know, it's a job that needs to be done. So we'll go down and get that done afterwards. And while we're down here, let's go over and just top off the T6 with some diesel fuel. And as I learned last episode, if I repair the T6 often, it won't be as expensive. So I'll try to repair it at the end of every day to keep the cost down. Having the fertilizer spreader on the front, I noticed a couple times like when I came down off that hill a little bit and hit a bump. The rear tires kind of came off the ground just for a split second, so it's getting to be too much weight for the front. One thing I've gotten used to, and I've done this all the way back, at least to 17, anytime I buy a tractor, I always buy the wide tires with weights. And I think I got used to having the weights on the tires, so I never really had too much of an issue of tractors being too front or back heavy. But this tractor here, because we were on a budget at the start, we just have the standard tires on here. Now with a grass field, this is going to be so much easier. You can actually see the soil changing color around us It could be just the oats were just too thick, and we couldn't really see the area that we're covering, but I can easily see on here. Hopefully you can see just as well, but yeah, the soil is changing color, so it's going to be easy for me to see. I'm not to keep checking the PDA where we've been. And I think this fertilizer spreader right here will be good enough for us. In the future, we will have to fertilize our fields because once we get cows going, and I say once we get cows, it could be a few more seasons before we even get that far. But, yeah, we won't have chopped straw because we need the straw for TMR mixture and, of course, for bedding as well. So we'll lose that stage of fertilization that we get from the straw. Now, cows are going to be kind of expensive because, like I said, I think we're probably going to go with the big barn with the auto feeder, just because. So that's going to be $750,000. And if you look at all the equipment that we need to get the cows up and going, although with getting the automatic feeder, I won't need a mixer. I just got to remember the straw, the hay needs to go in loose. It won't take full bales. Unless they change that in the update of patch 1.2, because I was testing that before the patch. But I'm still thinking it's going to be loose straw and hay. But in order for us to make hay, we will need a tedder to turn the grass after we cut it so it turns to hay. And then I just got to figure out how I'm going to store all the hay and straw. As mods really are starting to roll out now. So maybe we'll get some mods that we saw in 19 converted over to 22, or some new ones made. Alright, so the good thing about this is I'm trying to get all the way over there, but I can't quite cover it. So nice if you turn it off first and then oh, it's Control Z. I was like, oh, I thought I knew what button it was. But it's Control Z. There we go, and I don't waste as much fertilizer. Perfect. So I bought one bag too many on the fertilizer, but that's all good. But now if we look at the PDA, that needs lime over there. But if we look at the PDA, that is all looking good. This field's looking good. Those fields are looking good. This field down here is looking good as well. So our fields are all set until harvest time. Yeah, I did this little patch right there. Just notice that. So when are the oats? When do we harvest the oats? And the other one is, I can't remember. Did we plant? I think we planted barley. Just go and unload that right there, which is fine. And then I will actually lower that down, and we will detach it before we send that off back to the store. And return. Yes, please. Perfect. Is that barley and... yeah, barley. Barley and oats. And if we go... barley September and oats are... no, sorry, that's when we plant. Sorry. Barley is June and oats are in July. So July is when we kind of need the combine harvester, fingers crossed. Alright, so one more job for today. We're going to go down and pick up those rocks and bring those on back. I'm hoping the rocks go into our trailer. But we need this. But we don't need the pallet forks. Gotta come over here and grab the bucket. So I think I got about 3,600 liters of rocks down there. And I think the bucket only holds 1,000, so can't go down with just a bucket. And to make it easier to loading into the back of the trailer, I think I'm just going to put this to a 4,000 liter capacity. And customize. And this will cost me nothing. I think I got every configuration owned on this Strotman trailer. Now let's go get those rocks and bring them on back. Yeah, the trailer has taken a beating, but I'm not really going to repair the trailer unless it starts getting holes in the bottom of it somewhere, which I don't think it's going to. I'm not going to worry too much about it. And I am hoping that this fall, after we, like I said, we get our combine harvester and a nice header, that we can get back to landscaping a little bit, getting some more asphalt put down all the way to the bakery, and then a small dirt road going out to the grain mill, and possibly one out to the sawmill for the main road. And that'll kind of connect our farm to the main road. And I don't know why I'm going to the store. Need to be going over here. I guess I'm so used to going to the store grabbing stuff lately. I don't know if, like I said, the trailers take rocks or not. I didn't really check on that. So I'm hoping that when I fill up the bucket and go to dump it in the trailer, it doesn't say, does not accept rocks. Shall see in a moment. Got 1,000 liters per scoop, so it should be 4 scoops. And are you going to take rocks or not? Ah, you do. Perfect. Should be able to fit it all in here. Alright, so it's not even 3,000 liters. I thought it was 3,600, but it is what it is. I'll make sure there's none still left there. I don't see anything there. Yeah, there's nothing there. There is nothing there to be had. Alright, should be able to go and dump this right into our rock crusher. And when we activate it, that'll be 3,000 liters worth of lime coming our way. We'll cover some of the fields, but not a whole lot. Maybe a third of the grass field, something like that. Fields are looking rather juicy to me. Can't wait to get to harvesting this year. Like I said, hopefully with a new harvester. I need to cut down this tree. I keep thinking about that every time I dump rocks here. This little spruce tree needs to go bye-bye. And perfect. We are all caught up on the farm work. Except for I got to move those pallets around. Probably put those right next to the seed bags. That way I can put them right into the cedar. Maybe this fall we'll replant maybe some wheat and barley everywhere. I have no idea. I want to check up on the chickens. I keep going there to check on the chickens, but got to go in here because everyone keeps saying, well, as chickens get older, they stop producing. So the rooster is producing. I don't know what his productivity actually is. 33 months. So the hens, 33 months old, they're still at 100% productivity. And everything else is looking fine here. I did see, I think it got released, the mod to transport chickens. Boy, you gotta sell a lot of chickens to make your money back on that chicken transporter. It's kind of expensive. And what do you sell a chicken for, actually? If I were to... So it's a $5 fee for transporting. So for every chicken you sell, you save yourself $5. And if you're talking like $5,000 for a trailer, that's a lot of chickens you got to transport. But the way chickens reproduce, yeah, you probably, long term, you will make your money back on that. But I'm just spitting some figures out there. I don't know what that transport trailer actually costs. As for the eggs, they're starting to look pretty darn good as well. They're piling up. Next December, we'll be selling those probably. The tomatoes, we should be fine on the tomatoes for water. Yeah, we're doing fine on that. All the production buildings are good to go. It is almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Anything come up in the store? There's a couple new things. The Mac Anthem. One day we will have the Mac Anthem on here because why not? Because we had the Mac Anthem in American Truck Simulator rolling right now. Yeah, that's just cows, pigs, and sheep. Probably won't be transporting anything like that. So currently nothing that we're looking for. But next episode, I am thinking we'll probably have the grass pretty much cut. We'll get that done. I think. Actually, no, that might not be ready until June. So I don't know. Maybe the month of May I may not be doing anything, and I may not see you until the month of June unless something comes up for sale in the store page that's really nice, thick, and juicy, and we'll have to look at it. But the main thing that we have to keep our eye on that we're looking for is the furniture prices. It's crept up to $2,000, so it's getting up there. It should be, is it June? June and July seem to be the peak times, and we're only in April. So, I mean, we can see where the price is in April and where it should be in May. If we only knew exactly what these totals were, that'd be nice. Maybe someday we'll get to it. But the one thing we did get to is the end of this episode. Not much else left to do around here at all. So just got to go ahead and wait for our crops to grow. But yeah, pretty soon we're going to be selling our furniture, like I said. And yeah, we do got like 7,000 liters of bread to sell. Yeah, we'll see how the money situation looks for the combine harvest when it comes time. What month did I say it was? September? No, not September. July is going to be the prime time because that's when the oats are ready. And the barley will actually be ready in June, but we can harvest them in July at the same time as oats. So we can get by, but we need a combine by July. That's the target. So that could be next episode. We'll have to wait and see. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in No Man's Land. But until then, have a good one.